Good morning. Monday, day 15 of our fast. It's January 23rd, day 15 of our fast. And as you can see, I got my sling on, my my right arm had a little reconstruction done. Surgery. Most of you know. Appreciate your prayers so much. I believe that's the only reason I'm pain free at this point. Just waiting now for more healing so I can start rehab. Just gotta be patient with it. But just wanted to share something that I've kind of learned in this process since my surgery was Tuesday, and the usual uh, pain recovery out of that. Doing great now. But since this is my right arm and I am right hand dominant, I've had to do everything left handed. Everything. And this has been, quite frankly, exhausting. Uh, just having to, I know how to do the things, I know what buttons to push, even getting this station set up and ready to record was just seemed so foreign to me, even though I've done it 1,000 times. Everything just seemed so difficult and foreign, and everything seemed harder. And as I pondered that, I thought about Pastor Holly's message from yesterday, and the challenge that she gave in pruning. And I feel like my right arm's been pruned. uh, but that's what happens when you prune. She talked about you may have to prune some things in your life that you're used to. You may have to lay things aside that you've counted on, or that make you feel comfortable, or make things easier for you. And as you do that, it's going to feel strange. It's going to feel odd. I can certainly identify with that, with what I'm going through right now. Everything in my day seems strange. Everything seems odd. Everything seems like a challenge. Just making a cup of coffee this morning was a real challenge, because it's one thing when you have the pod, you put it in, you throw it, you hit the buttons. That's not too bad. But when you're out of pods and you have to fill your own canister and do it yourself, and do it, the old-fashioned way. now, now I'm feeling like, okay, well, my left hand has never functioned in life. I pour things and I miss, and but I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I'm getting more diligent. I'm paying more attention when I'm doing these things differently, accomplishing the same things but with a different approach. And that brought me here to Romans chapter 12. It says, I appeal to you, therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual act of worship. It says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good, what is acceptable, and what is perfect. Pastor Holly said, sometimes we spend all our time when things go wrong rebuking Satan, when we really should be repenting before God. And rebuking the enemy because something's gone wrong in our life is pointing the finger and blaming someone else or something else, or maybe what we've done wrong, instead of what's my responsibility in it. And Romans chapter 12 kind of says exactly what it is. We have a spiritual responsibility of worship and what's holy and acceptable. And it says, do not conform to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's the repentant part of it. You have to change the way you do things. And it's going to feel strange at first. It's going to feel different. But by continued use, continued stepping into the process, changing the old habits, making new ones, doing it maybe left-handed for a while. Um, and you start to get better and better and better at it. Yeah, it's going to feel different. Yeah, it's going to change maybe even the outcome. But God has always wanted you to do it one way, and you keep doing it another way. This way feels natural and normal and comfortable. But God says, when you do it this way, this is where the blessing is. This is where the transformation is of your mind and your heart. This is where the repentance is. But if we keep going this way, we'll never find out the blessings God has for us. So I'm challenging you that look at your own life. And even Pastor Holly challenged you yesterday. What needs to change? What are the things that you keep going to? That you keep going to it, whatever it is. Or is it a relationship? You keep going to it because when you're feeling down, when you're feeling like things aren't fair, this person agrees with you. And so you keep going back to them because they tell you you're right. When in fact, biblically, in righteousness, you're wrong. But you want to stay bitter. You want to stay angry. And you want someone to tell you it's okay. So you keep going back to this person or these people. And they might even be family members. They might even be close to you. And I'm not saying that maybe the relationship has to completely end, but maybe you need to stop going to them for the troubles. Go to somebody who has spiritual maturity and say, what am I doing wrong here? Why do I keep feeling this way? How can I feel differently? What do I need to do? What does the Bible say? Show me where I can go. Maybe you're just living your life the way you live it. Financially, you keep doing the same things financially, so you end up in the same financial issues. Maybe it's time to change. Maybe you go to someone and you say, "Oh, I'm spending money on this, and I think that's the right thing," and they're saying, "Yeah, that's the right thing, but it makes you feel good. You keep doing it." Nope. God says, this is how you handle finances. It's all written in my book. Go to someone who knows what it says in the Bible about finances. Let them help you relieve that stress, get that pressure off, do things differently, find a better way. Maybe you already know the better way, but you keep going to your dominant hand, the comfortable way, instead of making some hard choices and doing some hard things, cutting some hard things out. Sometimes to be transformed, you got to start using your left hand. I hope you have a blessed day. Like I said, day 15, counting them down to 21 days. I hope you have a great week. God bless you. I got to shut it off left-handed. Bye-bye.